big city for the simple country life. Found myself a woman that it took for me to be my wife. I was working on the ground come sun up to sundown. Yeah, I'm trying to make a reputation for a man inside this town. Hard as I try, maybe I just can't. I ain't no up and kinda leaving me. She kissed me one time and she took my heart. Baby, you can love me, you can leave me, I'm a honky-tonk star. Yeah, I'm a honky-tonk star.
Hi, my name is Maximilian Giel. I'm an outdoor and adventure photographer, and in this video I want to talk about training and what is training for me, some tips, some tricks, and yeah, that's what it's all about. And yeah, maybe I start first with the main thing for me is always when you think like you want to train something, the number one thing you'll need is a goal. So what do you want to achieve? Do you want to run a marathon? Do you want to climb a mountain? Do you want to cycle around Switzerland? Whatever. Main thing, you need a goal. And the next thing is what really helps. Basically, if you train something, you should do something that you enjoy. And yeah, that's probably the two things, because the motivation comes from the goal. And it will help if you train something that you really like. For example, I started serious training probably 2018, and my goal that time was to climb the Mont Blanc in a single day. Maybe you saw this video. If not, I'll link this up there. And yeah, with skis, I want to climb this with skis, and so I focused pretty a lot in the ski touring season on ski touring. And yeah, the main thing about training is, if possible, you should do most parts of the training in a really low intensity, in a heart rate zone, maybe 120 to 130, 40, and this for a long time. So this should be the base, no matter what kind of sport you're doing. When it comes to endurance training, this should be the biggest part of your weekly training, should be in this range. And then you will come to the more specific training for the specific goal you have. As I mentioned before, I did a lot of ski touring, and I focused to do at least 1 or 2 ski tours a week with more than 2,000 vertical meters. And that leads basically to my main goal, what I have actually each year. I try to climb 300,000 vertical meters each year. That's like my main goal for the year. That comes down to, I know, nearly 6,000 vertical meters a week. And so yeah, that's quite some effort, but yeah, if you're getting faster in the uphill, so yeah, it's not that much time. And my main goal is to be outside or train 9 hours a week, 9 to 10 hours. That's what I'm aiming for. But I think I need to interrupt here for a short moment and just like tell you something about training, or why I don't like that term that much. Because for me, it's about being outside. Like in this moment where I sit here on the lake, and that's just like really relaxing for me to be outside. And for sure, if I have a goal, I focus on that. But most of the time, when I'm running through the mountains, climbing something up, the most important thing for me is to have fun and to enjoy the time I spend outside. And that's for me very important to see this. It's not a training always sounds like I have to. And I don't want to have the feeling in my free time that I have to do something. So that's why, yeah, I've never really been on a strict training plan with now you do that, now you do that. I always did it like kind of my feeling. And the next thing or the next tip what I want to give you is listen to your body. Right now I'm not doing that much vertical meters, maybe 2,000 or 3,000 a week, because I felt after a lot of tours on the high mountains, always or most of the time starting from the valley, that my legs and that my body was actually just tired. And yeah, I really recommend to respect that your body sometimes is tired. So never put the goal above the feeling of your body, because I'm pretty sure if you do that, you will have some consequences in terms of health, and it's not worth it. Nothing is worth it to ruin your body. That's my opinion, and I think you need just like to make a difference. Training sometimes means suffering, and this also means sometimes that you feel that your body basically is tired, and that it's exhausting. But still, when you realize, okay, I'm really tired, so have a break, just take it easy. And yeah, that's probably the main thing with this. And also go for the recovery after a hard training, after a long tour. I've been asked this, what I'm doing after a long tour. Yeah, maybe, yeah, I just like got to start there. Talking about a long tour, it's pretty relative. When I started with training, 1,000, 1,500 vertical meters was a lot. Today, everything below 3,000 vertical meters is not too hard for me, so I don't feel that much from this. Maybe that's what I have to say. And there's a really big factor that basically really has an impact on the feeling and the recovery, and that's the psychological stress that you have on a tour. So when we went for the Grand Combat Traverse and had to upsell there, this was a lot of stress for me, and yeah, I felt tired for nearly a month after this tour, even though it's not too, I mean, it's a long walk out, but yeah, but this stressed me a lot, and this took a lot of energy. And so a tour with 1,000 vertical meters can be as exhausting as a tour with 4,000 vertical meters, and that's what I'm saying. And so when you realize, okay, now my body is tired, studies show that recovery usually is better if you do on the next day a really super light exercise, maybe like cycling on a flat ground for a while at really low intensity. Studies shown that this actually helps for recovery. So yeah, I do that basically. Sometimes I go for a little swim. I use sometimes black rolls. If you use them right, they can be very helpful, especially when you're on the road, to actually get your legs fresh again. Yeah, I think just like take your time. If you getting more ambitious, maybe it makes sense to also talk a little bit to a physiotherapist, or go for a massage for your muscles, to really get your muscles back relaxed. This helps quite a lot. After really long tours, I usually drink a little bit of a protein drink. I'm not sure if it helps, but yeah, I actually started this, and I'm feeling that it helps a little bit. Just one tip: if you do that, try to drink it in the first hour after the activity, otherwise it won't help probably anyway. And during the activity, it's really important to not dehydrate. And I'm using most of the time, especially for the longer tours where I'm not have the ability to refill my flasks, I use some isotonic tablets in the water. I link them down below what I'm using, and also take them sometimes with me. That's what I'm feeling pretty good with. Yeah, it's recommended to drink every 20 minutes a little bit, and to eat every 1.5 hours. So yeah, this helps that you're not getting in this really high stress level for your body, and that's why yeah, I try to do it this kind of way, to yeah, not ruin my body completely and not getting completely exhausted even in a long workout. And yeah, for me, it's when we're talking about training effect, for me it's not really important if I can tell you that I ran up 2,000 vertical meters in 2 hours. The interesting part for me is how did I feel afterwards. When I did it in 2 hours, that's nice, but when I'm completely wrecked afterwards, that's not a good training. But if I ran up 2,000, 3,000 vertical meters and felt totally fine, wasn't totally tired, and could do something afterwards, so then my training was effective, and that's what it's about. And even better if I had fun, if I had a good day. And yeah, for me it's not just a good day because I did that many vertical meters, and my focus behind the training has always been to climb high mountains from the valley and be safe, to have capacities to be also in a safe way on the way after several hours of climbing, not depending on the altitude and all of that. And that always has been my main focus behind the training. And so that's always has been my goal, and this is pretty comfortable if you're able to run the 4,000 meter peaks from the valley, because yeah, I'm working quite a lot. As I told you in another video, I'm working as a medical doctor 100% these days, and I'm doing all the photography, videography, and yeah, YouTube stuff beside of that. And so this is quite time consuming. I also have social life as well, for those ones who are asking. And so if I can do a tour within 12 hours, what other people usually need maybe 2 or 3 days for it, this helps quite a lot. And in my opinion, I'm safer, because it's much easier to predict the weather for 1 day than for 4 days. So I mean, that's a pretty simple math task basically. Yeah, so that's probably the main thing. Then the other thing what I recommend behind training is to try to combine different kind of sports in your training during the week. And it's like when you just like do all the time running, this won't be good probably for your knees. So I try to cycle at times a little bit, uphill and downhill. In winter I do a lot of ski touring, but still go a little bit for running, but not that much like as in summer. And yeah, that's yeah, bring some varieties in your training, which will help you quite a lot. And also what's also recommended is to do some workouts at home, like push-ups and all of that. I'm doing that actually too less, but as I told you, I'm not a training expert, and I never trained with a really plan or whatever. As I told you, I always want to have fun and want to have a good day, and that's why I'm doing that. And Then another thing, what I want to motivate you, and I think you all probably know that you have had a long, tough day, and you're feeling tired, and yeah, you're like you said like, okay, I want to go train a little bit, but yeah, you feel tired and you got a lot of excuses to not go, but I highly recommend to go and to do a little bit of a training. My experience is that I'm feeling much more awake and better after a little bit of training. How big or small this is something you should choose individual, but I really recommend to go even you feel tired. So that's just something I want to tell you. And yeah, that's probably the most important things. What I'm telling you about training and recovery and techniques. So yeah, I just want to tell you, define a goal and have fun with that what you're doing, and then you will have the motivation to train. And yeah, with these words, I say thank you very much for watching. I'm linking all the products that I'm using for mountaineering and all that down below. These are Amazon affiliate links. It's not more cost for you, but if you click on them, I get a little bit of money, which helps me to run this channel further on. If you haven't done yet, follow me on Instagram to see more pictures and insights about all the tours I'm doing. And if you want to stay updated here on YouTube, now it's time to subscribe to this channel. And yeah, thanks a lot again, and I'll see you in the next video.